Hello, everyone. Peppa here. I'm doing a more serious video concerning the chapter because, as I'm sure everyone knows, the chapter launched in a very, awful state. The state of the game right now is complete garbage. I'm gonna be honest. They completely screwed up this chapter in every sense of the way. And usually I avoid these types of videos because I don't really enjoy making them. I don't feel like me ranting into a microphone about how angry I am about the chapter is really good content. But with how bad this chapter was and several things that have happened in the past few days, I'm just done. I can't anymore with behavior and their shitty business practices. So, for starters, when the chapter launched, not only was the chapter an unoptimized mess that didn't function properly, there were frame drops everywhere. You got frame drops every time Nemesis pulled out his power, and 3 hours into the chapter being dropped, the RPD map got disabled. Several hours after the RPD map got disabled, the Temple of Purgation map also got disabled. So that is the first time on the launch of a new chapter that we have had two maps disabled within the first day of the chapter going live. Secondly, when the chapter went live, a bunch of people noticed, and I'll show you, if you go into the store and you go to Jill, the classic Jill, uh, the hair on this cosmetic is the exact same hair as this. There is absolutely no difference whatsoever. No no difference. And Claire, of course, looks like a zombie, but there's no difference on this hair. Here's the funny thing: when this cosmetic first arrived on the store, this was not a set. This was not a set. You could buy this and this separately, which I did. I did buy these two separately, but I didn't buy this because I'm not paying $5 for this. I paid $12 for this already. I'm not paying $5 for it again. Yeah, and as you can see, I did buy Claire. We go back, go to Leon. Leon was the exact same thing. This was not a set. This is at least different. At least he has longer hair here, but this was not a set, which again, I also bought. Now, that's great and all. Speaking of sets, yesterday they released a bug fix where instead of covering the game's optimization issues, adding the map that came with this chapter back into the game, they decided that they were going to fix the cosmetic bug glitch. Basically, you could mix and match sets, and they completely deleted it, meaning you can no longer have sets in the game. I had a broken set on my Pyramid Head. If you've seen any of my previous Pyramid Head videos, I had the corrupted head with the corrupted knife and the normal default body. I don't have that anymore. Yeah, let me just put my P3 back on real quick. Uh, if you want, go over to my Trapper. I don't have my Trapper broken set anymore. I was running the Krampus head and body with the Ice Blade, which was this, and it looked really good. But whatever, I don't have that anymore either. I don't have my Cheryl either. I unfortunately lost my Cheryl, which is very disappointing. So I have to use this, and I can't wear her with the ugly sweater and the black hair anymore because this looks atrocious. It actually looked really good with the jeans and the black hair, but I can't have that anymore. Apparently, uh, all of the broken sets are gone. Every single one. I can't use them anymore. I can't break them. I can't run them. They're just not in the game anymore because behavior decided that was needed to be fixed instead of any of the problems that the game has at the moment. Just to give you an example of how bad the optimization for this game is, console players are literally unable to play the game without constant crashes. It is it is almost impossible for them. They are running essentially on 10 frames a second and they crash like every 20 minutes or so. It is ridiculous. But they didn't fix that. They fixed the cosmetic set bug, which, cool, whatever. But, consoles haven't been able to play for a week, which is great. They paid money for the chapter. They haven't been able to play it for the week. And Behavior, essentially, instead of doing anything about it, instead of offering any sort of compensation for these players who paid money to play this new chapter and who can't play, are essentially being shafted by the company that they paid for. Because they just can't play the game. The crashes are so bad that they had to disable the DC penalty. Something that they rarely ever do. Now, but that's not the real reason why I decided to come out and get really pissy at Behavior for this update. On launch day, before the sets were made into sets, the purple cosmetics for Leon and Jill, I bought them. Minus Jill's, hair that I already paid for. When I logged in today, I discovered that I don't have those cosmetics for Leon or Jill anymore. I don't have them. I have Claire. I don't have the other one. Now, as I said before, I didn't buy the set head for Jill. I did buy the entire set for Leon, however, which, at the time it wasn't a set, so I quote-unquote broke it, but, it's been reset now. When I logged in today, they're no longer in my account, and I got an Oryx refund. Here's the thing. I never submitted a ticket for a refund. I never asked for a refund. They went into my account without my permission and refunded these cosmetics. I never asked for a refund because I did not want to buy Jill's hair. I didn't want to. There was no point. I had already gotten my money's worth. I had the stuff I wanted. But, they just refunded both of them without my permission. The length that Behavior will go to in order to, fuck over their player base and to get me to spend an extra $5 for the exact same headpiece is absolutely astounding. I never asked for a refund. I will restate again. I never submitted a ticket for this refund. Meaning they went into my account, saw that I bought these cosmetics on day one, and they refunded it without my permission, which I'm pretty sure is illegal in many countries. I'm no lawyer, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. But either way, if I was Capcom, I'd be absolutely furious. In fact, I would probably be taking away the license at this point. Because the amount of shit that Behavior is doing this chapter that is completely destroying and ruining the, lovely experience that is Resident Evil, it's astounding. It's great. It's absolutely wonderful, and I have no idea why Behavior insists on essentially giving their community the finger. None of the problems that Nemesis has been fixed. None of them. Not a single one off PTB. The only thing that they changed was he can't be power starved anymore. That's great. What about his range problem that people mentioned? What about the fact that zombies are RNG and practically useless, which means they're either unfun to play against or useless? What about that? We didn't fix that? The zombie AI got worse off PTB. Not better, worse. And the fact that some characters like Clown literally don't have a power. As Clown, you can throw your bottles at survivors, and if you direct hit a survivor, they don't get a slowdown. Clown does not have a power this patch. Last bug fix, you saw that they addressed Clown. They were all visual effects and sound bugs. None of which actually mattered. So, I'm just at a loss for words. How was the PTB better than what we got on live? How? Just how? What did you screw up? What in God's name did you change within a 2-week time period to screw up the launch of the chapter this hard? You had the biggest crossover you have ever had and probably ever will have, and you screwed it up this bad. You dropped the ball on this chapter. It is destroyed. This chapter is going to go down as one of the worst releases in the game's history. Not even Twins was this bad. Twins was at least playable for console players. You have an update that is bricking people's consoles, and you're still not doing anything about it. Cyberpunk had the exact same problem. They did something about it within the same week. You didn't even do that. And Cyberpunk is a smaller studio than you are. CD Projekt Red is a smaller studio than your 600 people that is working on this game. Get your shit together. I swear to God, if I was Capcom, I would have taken the license back. You have completely disgraced the Resident Evil name in this chapter, in this update. You have completely demolished and ruined it. Congrats. I used to be excited for this chapter. I had two of my favorite video game characters in this game, being both Leon and Nemesis. And you fucked it up. Good job. You completely fucked it up. You wanted to appease to the old Resident Evil fans. You failed. You failed so bad that you can't even pay attention to the fact that Nemesis has holes in his hand that you can see through. Good job, behavior.